Today let's learn a little bit about scientific notation. This is a star question. The area of a piece of land is 4,951,000 square meters. How is this number of square meters written in scientific notation? And they have given some options. Let's have a little bit of notion about how the scientific notation works, then we'll come back and answer this question. Okay, so the concept of scientific notation. So the concept of scientific notation is writing numbers using the powers of 10. Now the decimal number system or using the powers of 10 is the basis of scientific notation. For example, if you look at the numbers, let's look at 10 to the power of 0, 10 to the power of 1, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 3, and goes on, the bigger numbers. But on the other side, we can think about the smaller numbers, 10 to the power of -1, 10 to the power of -2, 10 to the power of -3, and goes on. Now if you look at these numbers, 10 to the power of 0, anything to the power of 0 is 1, but we have on the other side 10 to the power of 1 is 10, 10 square or 10 times 10, 10 2 times. Okay, so 10 times 10 is 100, so 1, 10, 100, 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000. It goes on to this side, to the right side. But we can also think about the decimal numbers less than 1 value. So 10 to the power of -1 is 1 over 10. 10 to the power of -2 can be 1 over 100. Then to the power of -3 can be 1 over 1,000. So it goes on. If you look at these numbers, the decimal value, also you can write this one as 1 over 10 square, 1 over 10 to the power of 1, 1 over 10 to the power of 3. That's the same as 1 over 1,000, 1 over 100, 1 over just 10. Also the decimal values, it's very simple to identify. So 1 over 10 is 0.1, 1 over 100 is 0.01, 1 over 1,000 is 0.001. Now this decimal placement, these ones you can think about 10.0, 100.00, 1,000.00, like that. So look at these numbers. That has the basis. This is the basis of scientific notation. 10 to the power of 0, 10 to the power of 1, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 3, 4. You can go on like that to the right side. But on the left side, the values less than 1. 1 over 10 is 10 to the power of -1, 10 to the power of -2, 10 to the power of -3. It's 1 over 1,000. It's a 1 over 10 cubed, or 10 to the power of 3. So, or 0.1, 0.01, 0.001. Now we are trying to move the decimal to the left or to the right. That's what we do in scientific notation. When you are moving to the left, or you are looking at these kind of numbers, you will have a positive exponent. And when you look at these kind of numbers, you will have a negative exponent. So look at here, these are the negative exponents here, and these are the positive exponents on the other side. So any number, you can write it as a scientific notation. So let's go to see. If you write 100 as a scientific notation, it's going to be, so you move this one here, and this is 1 times 10 square, because there are two decimal placement you moved to the to the left. Okay, so if you want to write 150, it's the same way. You can write 1.5, but still you moved 2 decimals, so 10 to the power of 2, 10 square. If you want to write 785, so you moved 2 decimals to the left, therefore you will have a positive exponent, but it's 7.85 times 10 to the power of 2. Now any number, or let's say 1225, so how would you write that? But we moved 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, so what you need to do is 1.225 to the power of 10, but this is a thousands place, right? So we have to think about that 10 to the power of 3. Okay, 10 to the power of 3. This is how you write any scientific notation. And or else 2, 3. So what did you do? We moved the decimal to the right, 1, 2. So we get 2.3, but we moved 1, 2 times, and it goes into the negative exponents because it's a value less than 1, and 10 to the power of negative 2. Okay, because any number such as 0.03821, so how would you do that? We are moving the decimal to the right. How many times? So 1, 2, so we have to write 3 point, okay, but 8201 times, but how many times we moved the decimal? 1, 2 times, so times 10 to the power of negative 2. This is how you write the numbers using the powers of 10. Okay, let's look at this number that they asked here, 4,951,000. so 4,951,000. 000. Now we will have a positive exponent because we are going to move the decimal placement to the left. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the anything to the power of 6, 10 to the power of 6 is your answer. Okay, now we have to write this number. We are taking only this much. Okay, 4.951 times 10 to the power of 6. That's how you write that one, because it's a positive, like more than one value, positive exponent, and then we can select one of those. 4.951 10 to the power of 6. F is the answer. Okay, thank you.